Okay, so welcome to all of you. Now we will see how to take the composition of two linear transformation and how to find the inverse of a linear transformation. Okay, so before that we will see what do we mean by one linear transformation and onto linear transformation. Because the function is one and onto, then we say that the inverse is exist. Okay, the function is invertible if it is one and onto. Okay, so one means what? So this is same as the function, because t is a linear transformation, that is it is what it is a function. Okay, the same rule of the function is applicable here. So t of u bar is equal to t of u bar implies that u bar is equal to v bar, or if u bar is not equal to v bar, then t of u bar is not equal to t of u bar. Okay, so t is called 1 if t of u bar is equal to t of u bar, implies that either write this or this. Okay, one is enough now here to define this one. T of u bar is equal to t of u bar implies that u bar is equal to u bar. Write this or write this. U bar not equal to u bar implies this. Okay, but remember that both the conditions are for one function. Okay, so now onto function means what? The range is same as the codomain. The range is same as, that means every element have W has at least one preimage in V. Every element of W has at least one preimage in V. That is nothing but the function is onto. That means to prove that the function is onto, that means what? Take any element from the W, show that there exists at least one V bar belong to V, such that T of V bar is same as W bar. That means every element of the codomain has at least one preimage in V. So that is nothing but the onto function. So if it is one and onto, so we are saying that it is bijective, bijective linear transformation, and bijective linear transformation is also called as isomorphism. It's called isomorphism. That means this linear transformation isomorphism, if it is one and onto, that means if it is a bijective. Bijective means you know this is what injective and surjective noted. One and onto is called injective and onto is called surjective. So we are familiar with this as a function now. Okay, so now suppose these are two linear transformation. This is what? T from u to v. This is u, not w now, or not v. This is u to v, and this is v to w with the two linear transformation. Okay, then the composite transformation of t1 and t2 is denoted by t2 compose t1. Domain, see the domain. So this is what the first one is what here? T1. So you have to take the domain of t1 and codomain of the t2. See, this is domain of t1. This is the domain of t1. And what is this w? W is the codomain of the t2. T2 compose t1 is u to w. Okay. So this is very important, domain and codomain for the composition. So you are also familiar with the composition. Same thing we are doing here also. Okay. Is defined as t2 compose t1 of u bar is this. Okay. T2 of t1. Same thing as the composition of the function now here. Okay, so T1 is the linear transformation V to W. If there exists a transformation T2 from V to W such that T2 compose T1 is identity operation on V. That means identity on V, and this is T2 compose T1 compose T2 is identity linear transformation on W. Okay, then T2 is called inverse of T1. So that means the inverse is exist here. So what we get here? When we say that the inverse exists, if there are linear transformations such that T2 compose T1 is identity on V, then T1 compose T2 is identity function on W, right? So then we say that the inverse is exist, and the inverse of T1 is same as T2. Okay, so T2 is the inverse of T1. Okay. Now we will see some problems on it now. Just we have defined all those things, we need to see the problems on it now. So before that, we will see one theorem, interesting theorem on it. Interesting theorem on it. Okay. So theorem. A linear transformation T from V to W is 1 is 1 means it is injective. Is injective if and only if kernel of T is a singleton zero vector. Is a zero vector. Okay. So proof. Okay. Part 1. Because then if and only, first we have to assume the part before if and only, and we have to prove the part after the if and only. Okay. So first we will assume that a linear transformation from V to W is injective. we'll prove the kernel of T is singleton zero vector. Okay, so part 1. Okay, assume that a linear transformation, transformation T from V to W is injective. So what do you have to prove? So kernel of T is singleton zero vector. Okay, so let W bar is equal to belong to kernel of T. What does this implies? T of W bar is equal to 0 bar, and this is same as T of 0 bar. What we want to prove? So for any vector of kernel of T is a 0 vector. So we have taken arbitrary vector W bar. What we have to prove? W bar is a 0 bar. We want to prove that kernel of T is only the singleton 0 vector. That means if you take any vector from kernel of T, it is a 0 vector. So I have taken any vector from kernel of T, that is W bar is any vector in the kernel of T. We want to prove that W bar is 0. So what is this? This implies that W bar is equal to 0 bar because T is injective. Means T of W bar is equal to T of 0 bar, means W bar is equal to 0 bar. So therefore, any vector, therefore what? So kernel of T is a singleton 0 vector. Okay, so we have proved. Next, part 2. Part 2. Okay, assume that kernel of T is a singleton 0 vector. Okay, so let U bar V bar belong to V such that T of U bar is equal to T of V bar. Okay, so we want to prove that U bar is equal to V bar. Okay, so this implies that T of U bar minus T of V bar is equal to 0 bar. 0 bar means T of 0 bar, because T of 0 bar is 0 bar. Okay, so this implies that no need this here, no need this 0 bar. But T is a linear transformation, so I can write this is what? U bar minus V bar is equal to 0 bar. What does this implies? U bar minus V bar belong to kernel of T. But the kernel of T contains only 0 vector, so that means this implies that U bar minus V bar is a singleton 0 vector. This implies that U bar is equal to V bar. Okay, very simple. So to prove that the function is 1 1, you have to take T of U bar is equal to V bar, and you must have to prove U bar is equal to V bar. This we have proved with the help of the definition. So I have taken this. This is T of U bar minus V bar. So this is 0 bar means U bar, V bar belongs to kernel of T, but kernel of T has only the singleton 0 vector. So that means U bar minus V bar must be the 0 vector, right? So U bar is equal to V bar. So therefore T is injective. Okay, so it is over now. Okay, theorem is over. Very simple proof with the help of the definition only. Now next theorem. Let T1 from U to V and T2 from V to W be to linear transformations. Then the composite transformation T2 compose T1 from U to W is also a linear transformation. Okay, composite of two linear transformation is a linear transformation. Okay, so we prove this one. Let T1 from U to V and T2 from V to W be the linear transformation. With a linear transformation. Okay. So aim. We want to prove that. We want to prove that T2 compose T1 from U to W is a linear transformation. Okay. So you write the spelling linear transformation. Okay. Okay. So what we have to do? Okay. So first T2 compose T1 of U bar plus V bar. What you have to do? You have to prove that T2 compose T1 of U bar plus T2 compose T1 of V bar. Okay. So by definition, this is what T2 of T1 of U bar plus V bar. Okay. So this is what T2 of T1 of U bar plus T1 of V bar. Since T1 is linear transformation. Because T1 is linear transformation, so we have that T1 of U bar plus V bar is 7, T1 U bar plus. Very simple proof actually is. Now your T2 is a linear transformation. This is of the form U bar plus V bar. T2 of U bar plus V bar. This is same as what then? T2 of T1 of U bar plus T2 of T1 of V bar. Since T2 is linear transformation. Okay. Here you can use the short form. Okay. So this is nothing but T2 compose T1 of U bar. T2 compose of T1 of V bar. Okay. So this is what T2 compose T1 of U bar plus V bar is equal to this. Okay. I will call this as A now. I will call this as A. Okay. Second, T2 compose T1 of K U bar. Okay. So this is what by definition T1 of K U bar. Okay. So this is what T2 of K T1 of U bar. Since T1 is linear transformation. So I have taken K outside the T1. Okay. K outside here. Okay. Now again T2 is a linear transformation. I can take K outside again here. So take T2 of T1 of U bar. So this is what K T2 compose T1 of U bar. Okay. So this is what T2 compose T1 of K U bar. Say I have taken K here. So K is shifted here. Okay. K is shifted here. So we call this as B now. We will call this as B. Okay. So from A and B, from A and B, T2 compose T1 is a linear transformation. Is a linear transformation. Note that here, this is what T1 is from U to V and T2 is from V to W. You cannot write T1 compose T2 now. You cannot write T2 compose T1 because what? By definition, suppose this is U bar. So this is what T1 of T2 of U bar. You are applying T2 on U bar. So U bar must be in the domain of T2. What is domain of T2? This. So U bar belongs to B. See that. U bar belongs to B. But what is T2 of U bar? This is belongs to W. T2 of U bar belongs to W. Now you are applying T1. So T1 you can apply only on the element of U. You cannot apply T2 on the element of W. You cannot apply this. So that means what here? This does not exist. T2 compose T1 is not exist. So what about T2 compose T1 now? T2 compose T1. See, this is what? U bar. So T2 of T1 of U bar. So now where is U bar? See, this U bar, you are applying T1. So U bar must be in the domain of T1. What is the domain of T1? Is U. So U bar belongs to you first. U bar must belong to you. Otherwise, you cannot apply T1 on the element of U bar. Okay. So U bar is U. Now you can apply now. U bar is element of U. Therefore, you can apply T1 of U bar. But T1 of U bar is the element of the codomain of the T1. So what is the codomain of the T1? Is V. So that means T1 U bar is the element of V. So can you apply T2 on the element of V? So what is the domain of the T2? Is V. So you can apply. So that is what this exists. So note that. So T1 compose, so domain and codomain plays very important role for the composition. So if T1 compose of T1 is U to V, okay, U to U1 to W, and T2 is W to W to U. Now see which composition is exist. Now see which composition exists. Okay, T1 compose T2 of U bar. Just we'll write definition and we'll decide where is the U bar. Okay, so where is U bar? You are applying T2 on U bar. You are applying T2. So what is the domain of T2 is W. So U bar is in W. Okay, now T2 of U bar is the element of U. T2 U bar is the element of U. So this is what this is belongs to U. This is T2 U bar belongs to U. So now you are applying T1 on the element of U. Can I apply T1 on the element of U? So what is the domain of T1? T1 is U. So that means what you can apply. So this is the exist now. T1 compose T2 of exist. What about the T2 compose T1 then? Suppose this is U bar. I will write this is what. We'll decide where is U bar now. Okay. So this U bar is in W. Does not imply that this U bar is also in W. Okay. So it is depend on the domain and codomain of the T2. So you are applying T2 now here. You are applying T2 on U bar. So T2, this U bar must belong to the domain of T2. What is the domain of T2 is W. So this U bar, so this U bar, here not, this is not T1, T2, this is T1 now. Okay, this is T2 compose T1, T2 of T1 of U bar. Okay, so U bar must belong to the domain of T1. What is the domain of T1 is U. This U bar is in U now. Okay, now this T1 of U bar is the element of W. Okay, now you are applying T2. Can you apply T2 on the element of W? What is the domain of T2 is W. Yes. So both T1 and T2, both T1 compose T2 and T2 compose T1 are exist here because what domain and codomain are interchange. Domain and codomain are interchange. So both the compositions are exist here. So note this. Okay, so we'll write an example of this. Find domain, codomain of T2 compose T1 and compute T2 compose T1 of XYZ if T1 of XY is equal to twice X minus 3Y X plus Y. T2 of XYZ is equal to X minus Y Y plus Z. Okay. Solution. Given that. Okay. So that means what? T1 is what? R2 to R3. T1 is R2 to R3 because there are two. Okay. And these are three components. Two components to three components. That means R2 to R3. And T2 is what? This is what? 3. That means this is what? R3 to R2. R3 to R2. Okay. Now what you have to? So therefore T2 compose T1 is T2 compose T1. Okay. What is the domain of T1? Domain of T1 is R2. Domain of T1 is R2. Okay. You cannot find that XYZ. Okay. Okay. So we'll see once again. So not XYZ. This is printing mistake. This is XY. Okay. Okay. R2 to R3. Okay. So domain of T2 compose T1 is R2. Codomain of T2 compose T1 is R2. Is R3. Is R3. Okay. Now T2 compose T1 of XY is equal to T1 of XY. Just write a formula for T1 of XY. T1 of XY is what? Twice X minus 3y x plus y. Okay, we'll write open bracket here. Okay, now this is T2 of x, y, z. What is the formula? T2 of x, y, z is x minus y. So this is your, so what? Twice x plus 3y. This is your x, this is your y, this is your z. Then y plus z, this plus z. Right? So this is what? Minus twice y, x minus twice y. So this is what? T2 of T1 of x, y is equal to this. So this is the formula and the problem is over. Okay, so we'll take the next problem. Find domain and codomain of T3 compose T2 compose T1. Also find T3 compose T2 compose T1 of xy if T1 of xy is equal to minus twice y, 3x, x minus twice y. T2 of xyz is equal to yzx. T3 of xyz is equal to x plus z, y minus z. Okay, solution given that this. Okay, so domain of, okay, so T3 compose T2 compose T1 is the map form. What is the domain of T1? Okay, so T1 is, you can write here, T1 is R2 to R3. Here you can write T2 is from R3 to R3, R3 to R3, and T3 is from R3 to R2. T3 is from R3 to R3. Okay. What is the domain of T1? Is R2. And what is the codomain of R3? Codomain of R3 is R2. Okay. So we have written domain and codomain of the composition. Now we have to find a formula for this one. Okay. So T3 compose T2 compose T1 of xy is equal to T3 of T2 of T1 of xy. T1 of xy. Okay. So this is what? T3 of. Okay. So we may write open bracket or wait. So this is what? T2 of T1 of xy. T1 of xy is what? Minus twice y. 3x x minus twice y. Okay. Now T3 of T2 of xyz. Read the formula of T2 of xyz. What? Just we have to. This is what? The second coordinate. Your second coordinate is what? 3x. Second component 3x. Then your z is third component. That means this is x minus twice y. Now x is the first component. Your first component is twice y. Okay. So this. Okay. So this is your x. This is your y. This is your z. And T2 of xyz is same as yzx. So this is yzx. Okay. Yzx. So just you have to shift all this pull here. You have to shift there. Now T3 of xyz. T3 of xyz. What? X plus z means this. Okay. So 3x minus twice y. This is your x, y, z. Okay. Then y minus z. This minus z. So this is what then? This is x only. Because what? Minus twice y plus twice y get cancelled and this. This is your formula for T3 of T2 of T1 of xy. Okay. I hope that you understand this one. So in this way you can find the composition of any two linear transformation. Any two linear transformation. Okay, so we'll take one more example on it for composition. Let T1 from Pn to Pn and T2 from Pn to Pn such that T1 of Px is equal to P of x minus 1 and T2 of Px is same as P of x plus 1. Find T1 compose T2 of Px and T2 compose T1 of Px. This is the formula. Okay, in terms of polynomial. Okay, so we'll find that. Solution. Given that T1 from this one to the such that is. Okay, so we'll find a formula for this. T2 compose of Px. Okay, so this is what T1 of T2 P of x. Okay, so T1 of. Okay, what is T2 of Px? T2 of Px is Px plus 1. P of x plus 1. Okay, now T1 of Px, replace x as x minus 1. So this is what T1 of Px. So this is what, this is equal to P of x now. P of Px only. Because what? You have to replace x as x minus 1. X minus 1 plus 1 is x now. Okay, so T2 compose T1 of Px. This is definition. T2 of T1 of Px. So this is what T2 of T1 of Px. T1 of Px is what? P of x minus 1. P of x minus 1. Okay, now T2 of Px is what? Px plus 1. That means x is replaced as x plus 1. Replace x as x plus 1. So this is what? Px. In this way, you can find composition for the polynomial matrices and so on. Okay. Now next theorem that we are not proving this. Next theorem. We will apply this. A linear transformation. T from V to W has inverse if and only if it is bijective. Okay, so directly we'll go for the problem on it. So let T from R2 to R2 be multiplication by A determine whether T has an inverse. If so, find T inverse. Of x1, x2. If A is equal to 1 1 1 0. Okay, solution. T from R2 to R2 is multiplication by A is equal to 1 1 1 0. So therefore T of xy is equal to A. T of xy is equal to, this is 1 1 1 0 xy. So this is equal to x plus y x plus y x. Okay, so now we want to judge whether it has inverse or not. Okay, so let T of xy is equal to T of x prime y prime. Okay, if x is same as x prime, y is same as y prime, then we are true. Okay, so this implies that. What is t of xy? X plus y x. What is t of this is what? X prime plus y prime, y prime. No, this is x prime. This is x prime. Okay, so this implies that x plus y is equal to x prime plus y prime. X is same as x prime. Okay, if x is same as x prime get cancelled, y is same as. Okay, so this implies that x is same as x prime, y is same as y prime. So this implies that xy is same as x prime, y prime, right? So xy is same as x prime, y prime. This implies that t is 1 1. T is 1 1. Okay. Now what we have to prove? T is onto. We have to prove T is onto. Let AB belong to R2 such that T of xy is equal to AB. T of xy is equal to AB. So what we have to prove? We want to check this AB you can find in terms of x and y. You can find AB in terms of x and y. If you cannot find AB in terms of x and y, then this AB will not be in R2. That means what? There does not exist any xy belong to R2 such that this x and y does not exist. If you are not able to find the values of AB in terms of x and y, so that means what? This xy does not exist. Okay, so this is what then by definition x plus y, x is equal to AB. So x plus y is equal to A, x is equal to B. X is equal to B. So this implies that x is equal to B, y is equal to you can find the values of xy in terms of AB, not AB in terms of xy in terms of AB. Okay, so y is equal to what? A minus B. Okay, so therefore what? Therefore T of x is what? B. A minus B is equal to AB. It's AB. Okay, just find out this. What is this? Just this is what? X plus y. This is this. Okay, now this B x plus y, this B is A, and this is what then B, so B AB. Okay, so therefore this implies that T is onto. T is onto. Okay, and T is onto, then what? B, A minus B is equal to T inverse of AB. This is what? T of B, A minus B is equal to this AB. So therefore T inverse of, you want that in terms of x1, x2, just we will write that x1, x2 is equal to what? B means x2. So this is what? x1 minus x2 by that. Okay, actually this is okay now, no problem. So only the find A, T inverse, then this is okay now. T inverse AB is equal to P minus B. Okay, so I hope that you understand this one. So you can find the inverse of the any matrix like this. So we'll take one more problem on it. So that you will understand how to find the inverse of this matrix. Okay, so you can take 3 by 3 also. Determine T of xy is equal to x plus twice y, x minus twice y is invertible. Or not. Okay, so you have to check this. Okay, solution. Given that T of xy is equal to this. Okay, so let T of xy is equal to T of AB. Okay, if x is same as A and y is same as B, then we are through. So this implies that. Okay, x plus y, T of xy is what? X plus twice y, x minus twice y is equal to what? A plus twice B, A minus twice B. Okay, this implies that x plus twice y is equal to A plus twice B. Okay, and x minus twice y is equal to A minus twice B. Okay, so if you take addition, add, so this is what? Twice x is equal to twice b, x is twice a, x is equal to a now. X is equal to a. So if you put x is equal to a get cancelled. So this implies that y is b. If you put x is equal to a here, a get cancelled. Twice y is equal to twice b. So y is equal to b. So this implies that xy is equal to ab. This implies that t is 1 1. T is 1 1. Okay. T is 1 1. Okay. So let AB belongs to R2 such that T of xy is equal to AB. So if you are able to find the values of xy in terms of AB, then we are through. Okay. So T of xy is what? T of xy. X plus twice y, x minus twice y is equal to AB. Okay. Okay. So that means what? X plus twice y is equal to a. X minus twice y is equal to b. So this is what? Twice x implies that a plus b. X is same as a plus b upon 2. Upon 2. Okay. So if you do the subtractions, what we get? 4y is equal to a minus b. Y is equal to a minus b upon 4. Y is equal to a minus b upon 4. See, the values of x and y are exist. X and y exist. That means you can find the values of x and y in terms of AB. So therefore, T of what is your x? A plus b. A plus b upon 2. A minus b upon 4 is equal to AB. So that means what? This AP has a pre-image. That is what? A plus b upon 2 this. Okay. So therefore, this implies that T is on 2. T is on 2. So therefore, T is 1 1. 1 1 and on 2. Therefore T inverse is exist. T inverse is exist. And if you want to find the formula for T inverse, so T inverse of AB is equal to a plus b upon 2, a minus b upon 4. This is your formula. Okay. So I hope that you understand this one. Okay. So try to solve the number of problems on this. Try to solve the problems on the exercise so that you will get the idea how to find the inverse, how to find the composite of the function. So this is the important here, to find the composite of the function and to find inverse of the function. Okay. So I hope that you understand all those things. So do the practice. Without practice, you will not understand anything. Okay. Okay. So now we'll stop here. Thank you.